Hey guys, welcome back. I just got back from the gym, so mind the greasiness. That's the Vaseline I've told you about, but this is all just greasy. I wore one of the shirts. That shirt I bought today, I came home, washed it, put it on, went to the gym. So, yeah. Um, got all the fall, winter stuff in the closet ready. Fall's coming. I had to wear sweater and sweatpants yesterday, and today was a light jacket day. It's coming. Ooh, it's coming. I'm fine with that. Speaking of that, after I left the gym, I uh, I didn't feel much like showering at the gym, and I had to run to the store real quick, and I put on some of the. I did it in my car. The Bath and Body Works coffee and whiskey body spray, and a little bit of the cream I bought, and a couple sprays of the cologne, because I had to run to the grocery store real quick, and then I had to stop at work, and then I wanted to get a coffee, so I went and got a coffee. So I'm just fixing this camera. Got a new light thing. That's why it's trying to get it. Sometimes it changes color on me. I'm trying to get it just right. Got one of them round lights, because I'm professional. But anyway, I was just getting on to that, and I stopped at Shoppers, and just to look. I didn't buy anything again. But two of the girls working at Shoppers asked me what I was wearing. They really liked it. So it was 2 unsolicited compliments. Bath and Body Works coffee whiskey. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a banger. Even if you don't like it, buy it, because it's going to be a banger. Anyway, she gave me a couple samples of the Most Wanted. I haven't worn this one yet. I just had Wanted by Night. Look, you can see the ring. The new. Next is going to be a better microphone. Hell, maybe even a better camera. But not anytime soon. This is working out just fine. But yeah, she gave me 2 samples of the Most Wanted. I'm going to go back tomorrow and get like half a dozen, because the other girl will be working tomorrow. That gives me handfuls. And then she gave me a sample of, I'm definitely going back and getting all the samples of this Valentino Uomo Intense. So expect reviews on them along with the other ones. Put them with the other ones. But I also stopped at, I went to the grocery store, but I also stopped at, I got 2 more unsolicited compliments tonight wearing that. It was fresh on, like I said, it was 20 minutes the most. But I stopped at Bath and Body Works. They had that 3 and get a 4th one free, so I figured why not. So I bought these for the bourbon, because I do like that bourbon. It's got the Dior-esque kind of vibe to it. And I bought these to go along with the cream I already bought for leather and brandy. So, yeah. And I stopped at the body shop and got a little 9 mil perfume oil roll-on thing for white musk. It's the stuff that I told you that my ex-girlfriend used to wear, and every time I smell white musk, it reminds me of her. Look how greasy that is. Yeah, that's it. It smells similar to the white musk for men, so I'm going to layer it with this. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, but that's the stuff. It smells like high school. Anyway, on to the review for today. That was just a couple things that happened today. This is an actual review, so the video is going to be long because I ramble. What did I wear? Well, I wore for the last few days. I had a few samples of Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Eau de Toilette. Now, I know there's an Eau de Parfum. Don't confuse the two. This isn't a review for that. I'm going to do this with that. That's pretty greasy. It's starting to bug me. She just smells like her. Anyway. Now my hands are greasy. Yeah, so I wore this the last few days, 3 days. And wore it all day today except for after the gym. Let's get right into it. The notes: coconut, vanilla, amber, fresh, spicy, uh, nutty, sweet, whatever that is, sweet latome. I wrote it down because I'll never remember. Sweet latome. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Um, Tropical is what they call it, but we don't think tropical on this one as sunscreen type of tropical or tropical drink or something like that. It's not like that. A lot of people say tropical because of the coconut vibe. You do get a coconut vibe from it, but it's not an overly sweet, gourmand, edible kind of coconut. It's more the nutty kind of coconut is the best way I can describe it. What I get from this though is mostly tonka. There's some coconut on the top, maybe a little bit of citrus. As soon as you spray it on, I'll spray it on here because I can. The coconut is there, and it's there for quite a while, but it's not the main player. Some kind of fruit. Yeah, there's the coconut with a bit of, I'm assuming bergamot. But yeah, it's like a fresh kind of coconuts with earthy vibes and powdery. So I'm assuming there's lavender in there because I smell lavender. And the tonka bean kind of giving it that vanillic vibe. That's pretty much it. Maybe a slight hint of star anise, because if you use star anise with coconut, if you use it just right, you don't smell licorice so much. You get a tiny, 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 tiny hint of the licorice vibe that anise can give. It just enhances that coconut vibe more. And I do pick that up a little later on in the scent. Which brings me to, how does this develop? On me, the first blast, like I just blasted it, the first minute or so is mostly a sweet citrus. I'm not sure what, an orange or a sweet bergamot, something like that. But then pretty quickly, within a couple minutes, like I said, the coconut really starts to take over. And I shouldn't have said there's not a lot of coconut. There is for a good hour or so. It's a coconut dominated scent. But then the coconut starts, I'm assuming, mixing with, like I said, something like a lavender, maybe some anise, maybe even a touch of cinnamon, nutmeg, something like that. That they all enhance a coconut if you use them right, is the best way I can describe it. And so the coconut vibe stays quite a while, but about 4 hours in, it really, the tonka comes out basically in the first half hour, but about 4 hours in, it really just becomes a mostly tonka with a hint of coconut, and it stays that way for quite a while. It's a good performer. I got to give it that. I mean, it went about 9-10 hours on me, and projectioned really well too for a good hour and a half, pretty solidly, like way out there, a few feet out there. Yeah, but the fire dry down, it just becomes that, we've smelled it before. You've smelled it in a lot of things, just that coconut or that tonka dry down. Again, not unpleasant by any stretch of the word. I like the scent. I do. I really like the scent. That's pretty much what I can say about it. I mean, it's fruity sweet for a little bit. Then the coconut starts to come in. Then the coconut mixes with a few spices that just enhance the coconut a bit and give it a little bit of a slight spicy vibe. It's not spicy, just it's there and underlying. And then the lavender comes in and kind of gives it a powdery vibe, and the tonka comes in and gives it almost a vanilla vibe. That's the scent. Very modern, generic. And I don't say that in a bad way. I mean, that's what most scents are nowadays, honestly. It's just some form of fruit sweetness, some lavender, and some tonka. Maybe a bit of amber or cedarwood thrown in there, which you also pick up too. There's a bit in the far dry down. You're getting into about 7 hours. You start to pick up almost an earthy, woody vibe is the best way I can describe it. I don't know what that would be. Maybe a form of ambroxan or amberwood, something like that. But it's there. Like I said, I like the scent. Nothing. I like tropical scents anyway, though, and this is tropical without being suntan lotiony or pina colada, tropical drink. It is tropical, but not in that way. It's a different way. When to wear it? I mean, the first part of it wants me to say spring and summer because of that. Like I said, the fruit and the coconut and the lavender and the anise all. But after a few hours, it starts to become more of a fall scent almost, without super projection because it's been on for a few hours. That tonka mostly. Like I said, just tonka and some earthy wood, fuzzy wood type amberwood, I guess. I don't know for sure what it is. I didn't find any amberwood listed, but I'm just going by what my nose tells me. This big old honker right here. Yeah, so not unpleasant. Would I buy it? Probably not, but that's because there's two that I would buy over it that are a hell of a lot cheaper. One is really similar, not really, but pretty, gives you that same vibe, and the other one, not so much, but still gives you a bit of that same vibe. And I'm going to give the first one that nobody's compared it to, Cool Water Intense Eau de Parfum. Mostly a lavender coconut, which is kind of what, like I said, it's not as sweet as this or even as bright. And the dry downs are completely different. But for the first couple hours, that coconut in this and the coconut in this with the lavender, there's a similarity. Again, not clones, not saying they smell identical. There's just in the same wheelhouse, right? Performance is really good on this, though, just like this. All day. This may even be better than this in performance-wise. But, yeah, this $20. $140. Well, not this little thing, but the $120, I think, was actually. The next one, I've seen other people compare to it, and when I initially blasted this on to me, I was like, I've smelt this before. Something very similar, and I couldn't pick it out. And eventually I did, and it's that Eternity Now. I really like this one, and like I said, I really like that one. But I like how this is a little more tropical, fresher, more fruity, with the coconut, and doesn't really dry down into a generic tonka base. You know what I mean? It kind of keeps that fresh, fruity thing going for a few hours, and then it kind of dries into a light musk and cedar, almost an icy super dry down in it. I really like that, and I like this one. Out of those three, I like this one the best. Again, $20. Performance wise, like I said, this one probably performs the best in longevity anyway. Projection, it would be this one. This one third place in both, but still not bad. And this one does give you more of that tropical, not so much suntan vibe, but more of the tropical drink vibe. Very similar, though, to this. Again, not 100%. They're just in the same wheelhouse. So don't hit me up and say, King, what do you say? No, King, they're not identical at all. They're not identical. The King ain't saying they're identical. What I'm saying is they're in the same wheelhouse. They'll give you that same vibe, especially this one. This one is almost a winter scent, really, honestly. It's so potent. But this one is definitely, if you're looking for the same vibe and you want to save $100+, go with this. Give this a 50 mil. You get 100 mil for like $25 off Frag Buy. So, yeah. Speaking of Frag Buy, I ordered 5 things today. 4 dupes. Latafa dupes. One's supposed to be a dupe, or I don't know if the other 2 are dupes, but one is supposed to be a dupe of by the fireplace, which would be nice if it is, because then I'll just be like, why the fuck did I waste $100 or $220 on by the fireplace when I could have got this for $30? See, even the king fucks up. But no, I would have bought by the fireplace anyway, just to have the. But yeah, so that's the review for Jean Paul. If you like it, you want to buy it, go right ahead. But you've got a couple options right there, and if you really want one that smells closer, then go with the Eternity Now, because there is quite a similarity there. I'd say 80%. I'm not very good at the percentages, but I'd say 80%, whereas Cool Water is more about 60%, and mostly just in the first hour or two when that coconut's popping off of it. But yeah, good scent all around, good scent. Not worth the money for me, but if I could get it at a discount or something for 50 or 60 bucks, it'd be worth the money. But other than that, no. But if you like it and maybe you like the bottle, maybe you like me, and you have certain collections of colognes. Like I have English Laundries, obviously Jovan Muscus. I think that's just fun to collect. They're cheap and it's a hit or miss with them. They're either good or bad. Yeah, and I have obviously the Bath and Body Works stuff now. I mean, I like collecting brands, so you might like it too. And it is a cool bottle. I'll include a picture of the bottle here. Yeah, what I was saying, I had 3 Latafa, I think 1 Al Haramain, and I ordered a 15 ml decant of Bentley Intense. And the only reason I did that is because there was a certain 2 YouTubers, I'm not going to mention names, who recommended the hell out of Encre Noir. Just that greatest thing, niche quality for 30 bucks, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 30 bucks. I'll bite. Fucking hate it. It's gross, it's dirty, it's stanky, ugh. And these are the same 2 YouTubers who say the same thing about this Bentley Intense for men. It's niche quality and blah, blah, and so this and that and that. We'll see. We will motherfucking see. Sorry I swore, but I had to. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. I don't think I'll be coming back with any videos. Nothing on my mind to really do. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to do a day with... which one will I do next? Let's do a day with Brute. Why not? Might change my mind. It might be something different, but right now it's Brute. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.